Hey everyone, it's Madison Gesiotto. We have to talk about what we're seeing in communities across our country right now as, we continue to bring light to the deaths of innocent children in our nation. Vernado, Secoria, Devon, Royda, Natalia. These are the children whose futures were taken by violence in our cities. Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Washington. These are cities where we've seen violence for many years, but some people are finally starting to talk about it. These children could have been our next doctor, our next president, our next lawyer, our next teacher, moms and dads. Devon loved football. He could have been our next NFL star, our next Tom Brady, our next OBJ. But their futures were stolen unnecessarily, violently. We have to do more to put an end to this. But unfortunately, when we look at communities and we look at leaders, whether they be activists, faith leaders, pastors, community organizers, so many of the people that are in positions to really make a change and inspire difference and change in their communities haven't really been saying enough. Many of these people are the same people that spoke very vocally 1 or 2 months ago about Black Lives Matter, who spoke vocally about, wanting to make changes in police departments when it comes to police brutality in the aftermath of deaths like George Floyd's. But they don't say much, or they might, some of them have made one comment, but many of them have been completely silent when it comes to the deaths of these children and so many other children. And again, this isn't new. This isn't the first time we've seen this happen. And we can't continue to enable and allow this by not bringing attention to the changes that we need to see in our communities. And if we want to really see those changes, we need to hear our leaders speak up. We need to hear pastors say more. We need to hear politicians really push for real change, because it's not right. These are the most innocent and vulnerable members of our society. We see violence against the elderly and children. Right? These are people who, and a lot of times, can't protect themselves, especially these young kids. And we need to be the ones to step up and be the change we want to see. We need to be the ones that protect these children and give them a better future. That give them the ability to have a future. Because in the case of children like Secoria and Devon and some of the other kids I mentioned earlier, they're never going to see a future. No parent should have to bury their child. No parent should have to wake up and make one less breakfast plate in the morning. This is awful, guys. We need to hold those accountable in our communities that have the ability to make change and bring light to this issue. We need to step up. We need to put the pressure on them, because now is the time. This is the opportunity we have to really bring light to what's been ignored for so long, especially in some of our big cities across the country.
Don't have the First TV app yet? What are you waiting for? Download the First TV app right now on Apple, Google Play, Roku, or Amazon Fire and start watching today.